his
Terrorblade,
TV,
Litrek,
some Nature's Prophets. I mean, Lesh is banned by Team Bald because they have looked at Dota buff and they did see that Team Ivy in every game have a Disco Pony. So, it's homework has been done. Good job by them.
Yeah. I mean, he also has the possibility to whip out that carry Marana that we saw the one time from Ivy. I'm kind of hoping they'd give us something special like that, but we'll see if that specialty comes within the draft itself because, gentlemen, Game 1 is finally underway. Team Bald Reborn picking up the first pick, Tusk. Any ideas of where this is going here, T? They have the second pick on the side of Ivy. Team Bald Reborn did have the option and they opted to go for first pick instead. Not often that we see Tides go for first pick and on Radiant. So first talk to me about that side selection with priority and then talk to me about where do you think the Tusk is going to go in the game.
Wait, can I chime in? Since
Go.
is he making tea right now? Or what's going on?
Yeah,
You're the expert, so can you tell me what he's doing?
So, Jim and Sinto, for the last 2 years of his DPC career, he's basically utilized draft time to make tea. He makes it quite ceremoniously. He enjoys to sip it in a small little cup to make the flavors feel better because you're just absorbing it in a small amount. And he's been doing this now for nearly 2 years. It's his process to enter the draft. And if he wasn't to do it, he wouldn't be at his A game or his T game, some might say. Anyway, back to your question. So Team Bald went first pick. Honestly, not too opposed to this. This Tusk pick is one of the few teams that flex it between mid, 4, and off lane. And if anything, I really want to see Team Bald maybe even look to utilize Kotl in this series. It's easy to say because only the couple wins that they've had is with Kotl, but the aggression and simplicity of drafting in this position here, like pick Kotl, ban 3 heroes, your game's going to feel pretty good. You can set the pace, some off lane Tusk, it's just a good game for Bald. There we go. Good game for Bald. So yeah, I'm happy with this right now overall because I would love to see a close series again. I think Ivy haven't shown enough to be truly top 2 contenders after the Orodu Thunders game. So I'd like this to be a nice middle pack. Well, not middle pack, but a nice competitive series at least.
Okay, so do you like this opener from the side of Ivy? They went back for this Cube Tiny, which they've utilized many times in the past, as well as getting themselves this Enigma. Enigma in the division hasn't necessarily fared so well. Has had a lot of struggles. There's been some pretty difficult games, and a lot of the laning phase as well has seemed fairly off-kilter for this Enigma hero. So do you like his presence here today? Are we going to finally get to see a better showing from this Enigma here in Div 2?
I'm definitely okay with the opening. They did also ban Pango so that Bald couldn't take it on 8. I think they play it fairly well. Perhaps the hero doesn't have the best stats at the moment, but I still think this hero has a lot of, a lot of impact, can be played perhaps better than what teams have shown us so far. But in terms of Bald, I definitely agree with T. I also feel like when you're like this, however you want to call them, pub team or newer team, I feel like relentless aggression just works way better than this sit back, hope that Gord gets 12 items and carries you through the game. Instead just go. Like, play it like a pub. Go smash your lane, run around the map, kill some noobs, play some fast Kotl, some fast Tusk. So I like that. And I think it's good what they're doing.
Yeah, I think already Ivy banning out some supports to prevent Enigma. They might even need to ban out, I think, if they really want to protect Enigma, they need to do like Silencer and Rubik bans here because Team Bald have happily picked up Silencer in position 4. Of course, Pablo's Rubik was out of this world.
Yeah.
I need to double check. They didn't win that game. That was a 71-minute game against Alliance, but he one Roshan fight. Stampede stolen, Requiem stolen. He stole literally everything, and insane game from him. But normally you don't see triple support bans just for an Enigma, so that could be a bit carried away. But I'd like to see at least the Rubik potentially thought about in regards to the ban pool.
I don't really like the... so Team Bald, I can get behind the Chen ban because we play against Ivy, and perhaps it's like this, we have Kotl, we want to make sure that we have enough damage to burst people down, and we don't want to play into Mech and Hand of God. But I would have preferred if they banned a couple of mid-heroes that pose a threat to the Kotl in the game. Yeah. Some Kunkka, Storms, Bad Riders, I don't know, take at least 1 or 2 of these heroes out, but I mean, we'll see if Ivy punishes down the line, but I'm a bit surprised about at least the later 2 bans here of the Phoenix and Bottom.
And the Marauder, yeah. Because normally it's when you see Kotl, I always want to scream for Conquer mid against Kotl. I don't think enough teams have tried to do this, but it's insanely good. Puck as well. You don't really buy Orchid on mid Kotl anymore. Now it's gone more towards Vessel into Force BKB, or it's Vessel into something that you need for the game, and Orchid just fell off ever since, what was it, like a year and a bit ago that we saw mid-coddle?
Yeah.
So these more elusive mid-heroes are back on the menu against this hero.
We'll see what option Ivy choose to go for here. Mobe has played a bunch of different heroes, and a lot of the heroes that would fit the bill on dealing with this coddle, he's played as well. I think right now they're probably going to be picking our hero for JM Vincento. So he's played what? Chen, Undying. I suppose you want something that's going to be decent in the lane. Chen is gone, Undying is still available, Phoenix is gone. What else have we seen from him? His Enchantress was okay. Snapfire wasn't too terrible.
They could block pick Rubik here, because like I'm looking at his hero pool and there's not a lot of like perfect lockdown for him. I think against this opening of team board, you kind of want to have some type of lockdown in your support, and the only ones that have provided that is Rubik and Snapfire. Okay, there you go, Clock. To be fair, Clock's also a banging pick. Haven't really seen it too much from Ivy, at least in the 5 role. So maybe there's this Tiny's doing something else for them. But yeah, it's a solid pick. It's going to provide that lockdown for Coddle, that nuisance for Tuscan. I really wish it is just a Clock 5. It's actually a really good game for it.
I think so
Feels
too.
very
I
good.
would like it to be the 5.
Yeah, I agree.
Get them some initiation from the backline, get some protection for the laning phase. We've seen just how well lately, especially this Clock 5 has been doing. And Team Bold Reborn, they get another hero that JM Vincento has been playing, and another hero which has been contributing to the nature of this Enigma not doing well. Picking up this young Silencer. I doubt they go Silencer plus Rubik because they already have Pablo's Tusk, but Silencer, well, we've seen this story before, Kezu, where life is just now much harder for the Enigma than it would be otherwise. Have to be very circumspect about when and where you cast out this black hole, or rely pretty much on clockwork all the time to start the fight by killing the Silencer at the beginning.
Yeah, like now if you're this Enigma, or if I'm playing the Enigma in this game, I would already look at it that way, that I think auras are going to be very good. You're playing into not the most amount of damage lineup as of now, right? It's like Caudal with some random spells coming out, Silencer kind of low damage hero, same with Tusk. And you're playing into global, so there's no need to play some Blink BKB game. So I would definitely want my next 2 cores on Ivy, like without going too much into specific heroes. Just heroes that are going to fight with me around this like 15 to 20 minute mark, where I'm going to have perhaps a completed pipe or like a mech and hood, something like that. Because otherwise, when teams pick this Enigma and then they see a Silencer and then they're just like, yeah, sorry dude, your game's over. I don't like that. Like you can turn that hero into something else. It doesn't just have to be some, I AFK and then use Black Hole at 60 minutes with my refresher.
Oh.
Alright, this is going to be something else coming out that's new for Gork. He hasn't played this just yet in the DPC, but we've all seen him fiend in his pubs with the sniper. Not the most protection in the world here. They have the Tusk available, and I suppose Quaddle just blasting things out, but normally I would actually think that sniper would fit a little bit better for what Ivy brought to the table here. So talk to me about the sniper here, T. What do they need to do to protect it, and how does it fit the rest of the draft?
Part of me thinks that they were scared of Ivy going for it. I don't know, but of course Sniper's really good against Enigma in lane, so it'll shut him down there. You put Silencer and Sniper in that lane, Enigma's Eidolons won't survive at all, so you don't get that natural pressure. I think for Ivy, you now just want a jumping carry, so I think Slark or Ursa might honestly feel pretty good here. I think more Slark, just because you can pounce onto the Coddle and have later plays to make. But yeah, I think Board, if anything, they put themselves in a difficult drafting spot because they entered the second phase needing to pick Silencer, and then they need to go for another hit core. It's like, or they do double support here. It's like, it was just an uncomfortable draft position that they put themselves in.
I don't dislike the sniper, but the only thing that I see when you look at a couple of the heroes is that they're very similar in terms of what they want to do. Sniper, Caudal, Silencer, they're all very much like backliney heroes. They don't really want to be jumped, so I think this pick here for Ivy, I feel like the next 2 picks, they shouldn't be that hard. For mid, I would have still, sure, any jumping hero is fine. I would have preferred, but still, this Kunkka type hero over Storm, simply because I think it lowers the amount of counterplays they have, because they have some globals and stuff like this, whereas if you're this tanky hero that goes BKB, it's going to be a bit better. But either way, a hero that can jump with a carry, as T mentioned, that can do something similar. Now you have like 3 to 4 heroes that can go in, that are going to be backed up by auras, and I think Ivy's draft should feel pretty good, because as I've said, the Team Bold Reborn heroes, if you jump them, they really hate that, and Ivy have a lot of that already.
this Storm feels very, very good, T. It's in the game. It's the first Storm pick so far in the DPC here in Division 2 in Western Europe. But there's not. I don't see super hard disable on the side of Team Bald Reborn. He's going to be buying BKB at some point. The amount of burst damage they have, it's like, what? Unless Tusk is putting you in the air, you should never really get bursted by these spells. I'm terrified, if I'm honest. I think Mobe is going to have one of the freest Storm games he's had in quite a while.
Yeah, it's at least for Storm. I think if Bald are able to pick up a support that has a bit of kill threat, so like some Hoodwink or something, then potentially some Storm overplays his hand, quick global with Tusk jump and Hoodwink style of play, you can threaten him early on, and then you play on the kind of overall momentum that Kodo can bring to you. So I think there are options for Bald to try and take a fight to Storm pre-BKB and 30 minutes down the line where your draft feels a lot weaker. But yeah, it's still going to be a pretty good Storm pick overall. Yeah, I think, like I just mentioned, I think Bald just really needs to double down on trying to take the fight to them. See, Ivy's already banning out Snapfire, just respecting the fact that Tusk plus any big damage 4 in lane could just be too much, because you have Kodo in the mid. I really hope he buys Orchid in this game. I think it's really good, even though you don't naturally do it. And then on top of that, you have this fight coming from...
Alright, so what do we want here for Zip Zapper? He's the only one that's left that we haven't really been able to cotton on to what he's playing. What leaps out to you here? This already had his Pango banned, his Snapfire is not in the pool as well. I doubt he plays another Sand King. They've already got Tusk locked down probably for Pablo. The only other heroes he's played are Brood and Centaur. Brood is already gone. Centaur doesn't... it might be okay. What stands out to you, Kelzy, for the offlane?
Mars.
Mars. Right?
Yeah,
Talk to me about this hero. How do you feel about this Mars here?
I mean, it's fine. I'm not like too impressed by it. I understand that they perhaps want another hero that like goes in and can lock people down, but I would have preferred very likely like this range 4 more, where you play on lower cooldowns with like your Caudal, Tusk, and then like what other hero you could have picked instead. But Mars, it can help them in terms of he can go in, he's gonna build a BKB. I just think that this potential counter pick here is something that could bite them a little bit in the ass.
I still really like Slark, I think, for Ivy. You don't really care about any of these heroes. If you're jumped by Mars, you have a lot of plays to make. If someone on your team gets jumped by any of these heroes, you just throw down your Depth Shroud and you can counterplay it, so... Ooh, taking the CK against Board, yeah, I don't mind. It's aggressive, and like this lane, some clock. Let me double check actually, make sure it is clock 5. I'm pretty sure it is, but some clock CK lane against Mars Tusk. You got clock against double melee. Like it looks pretty clean, honestly. I much prefer Ivy's lineup, but I can respect the aggression that mid Kodo can bring to a game, and how quickly you can make a game feel non-existent, especially with Sniper Silencer against some Enigma. Like, they have 2 lanes that should go really well for Board, and if they utilize it, then I can see him sweeping. But yeah, I really prefer Ivy's draft.
Very quickly, Kezu, we heard from Tiga that he prefers Ivy's draft. I get the feeling you do too as well. So tell me about what are the upsides of Team Bald's draft that what can be exploited on the side of Ivy's draft that Team Bald can do in this game?
Early game tempo, I think. It has to come through Weeha on the Kodo. He has to kind of run around, blast open some lanes with his travels. And other than that, I just really like the CK pick. It's a CK carry lanes well against like these low pressure lanes, which Mars is. He's always going to stay full HP. So I think Ivy, they're set up for success.
Alright, my panel seems to agree that Ivy has the better draft at the very end here. Let us witness though if Team Bald Reborn can give us yet another entertaining series and potentially push us to a game 3 and maybe even their first win here in the DPC. To find out, we send it over to our ferocious duo of Lyrical the Leopard as Trent the Tiger. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you very much, Snelly. I'll be trying to do my best impression of Lyrical here today, as I'm here with, of course, his regular co-caster, Trent. Trent, looking forward to this one.
Yes,
Team Bald versus Ivy. And Trent, first thing I got to say when I look at this draft, I'm terrified for Gorg. This sniper, he's up against a lot of heroes that he's not going to have a lot of fun against if they get on top of him.
Yeah, I know you're a bit of a sniper aficionado yourself here, and yeah, I see some nasty stuff, particularly that big blue demon. You know, back when Sniper was having his heyday, there was one guy that you could at least count on in your team to please get in the back line and grab that sniper, and it was the Zip Zapper himself, the Storm Spirit. So we'll see if Mobe can get it done.
Absolutely, this Storm could be quite the nuisance. I mean, I feel like for Team Bald, we're going to have to see, Tusk and Mars. These two, they're going to have their work cut out. Zip Zapper and Pablo, they're as the front line that's going to have to try and keep all these heroes off Gorg Sniper. They've got to do some big moves this game.
Yeah, Mars, not a hero. We get a whole lot in Western Europe, and he's a very regional hero. North America, they like Mars. South America's alright with it. China too, but like Eastern and Western Europe, not really up for the Mars anymore. Feels like the nerfs that people just sort of put him off to the side, weren't as comfortable playing the hero. Probably because he seems a little bit less consistent, and his laning isn't this like. I think back to like Mars Willow laning together all the time. I feel like you were just like crushing every lane. You don't really get that same feel anymore. But if you hit your spears and you get some good action with the early arenas, the hero's still going to feel great.
We'll see that on the odds. Pretty close, but favouring Ivy. Understandable in this matchup. Team Bold, of course, they've had a struggle so far in this Division 2. Of course, those odds provided to us by our partner, esportsbet.io. And let's see what the lanes we got. Yeah, this safe lane, we'll see how well it's able to hold itself. Gorg on the sniper, supported by Bengen's silencer. Couple of squishies. So if we get some toss back plays from the Tiny, could make things a bit difficult. And as we've seen, and as sort of the viewers have seen as well, have been watching Ivy's games. Coop on his Tiny, that Grandmaster logo, you definitely feel it. He's had some great games on this Tiny.
This guy, I think he's got 3. I assume his punch is Grandmaster. I feel like that's a safe assumption. But then it's the Tiny and the Clockwork, The guy, he's very much into these little brawler heroes. And what's great about both Tiny and Clockwork is that they can really make plays in the laning stage. They can play it like a little bit safe, but if you're a little too aggressive or you make one bad step, they can both punish you pretty hard between the cogs and the battery assault. So that is something that both of these lanes will have to contend with from Team Bald, as Pablo's already taking the batteries here.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, yeah, get him back.
So if they can make a play, Zip Zap can get the angle for a spear back. Oh, not quite getting the connection there. Bit of a miss from Zip Zapper. But if they can get that combo down nicely, definitely potential for Team Bold to punish JM Vincenzo when he plays that aggressive close to the tower.
Yeah, that's going to be something for the whole game in these team fights. There's going to be cogs and ice shards to play with this spear. So several shenanigans for Zip Zapper to play around. And Team Bald, they've only won two games. They haven't managed to clean up a series yet. But both of those wins were the Weehawk Huddle. They did lose one game with it as well. But he has looked very dominant this hero when he's able to get his stuff done. And Gork.
There's the toss back. Cube's able to get Gorg under the tower, takes a couple of tower hits, and that will be enough to bring him low enough to take him out. First blood here for Owned Me, as Gorg not quite prepared there for the toss back from Cube.
Yeah. At the very least, Bengen, you can see that the creeps are over on the camp, and he's just running in circles here. So, not a total disaster here for Gork, because he'll get back with the wave still intact. Certainly a big deal for him. Jeez, up top, it's just constant battle now. Weehawk.
Very far will save him, but only just. Mobai able to get nice and aggressive here in that mid matchup, keeping the lead at this moment. 15 for 5 against the 11 for 1. Playing the lane, very nice, Mobai.
And typical Radiant Coddle stacks aren't quite as good, not as efficient for the jungling, but able to get a nice double stack there. Well done from Weehaw, and he's got that great pairing up top for rotation. So you can either be like moving to the Mars lane while the Tusk is still there, or Pablo can also just get very active on the map early to try and enable Weehaw, because your position 5 silencer, not the best hero for that. Sniper also. It feels like it's that trio of Zip Zapper, Pablo, and Weehawk that need to get a lot done.
Bottom lane. More action again here for Ivy. They get the toss back on Bengen. And that'll do it. Another kill here for the two of them. Cube and Own Me. They'll turn their attention over towards Gorg, but Gorg should be able to stay at a safe distance. They're still very much seeing the potential already of this duo lane of Ivy. Bengen and Gorg, they've got to be so careful down there, otherwise it's easy kill after kill for Ivy.
Yeah, it's too much damage and control there. All these right clicks adding up from Cube. You can't really contest him. The Islands are there as well. Yeah, I don't know.
He went up so far there. That's a dangerous spot to be. He has got Bengen in to trade some damage back. But he'll end up taking a tower hit. Can he walk this one off? He can't. Avalanche is up. That's Gorg down again. Cube. Banging, can he at least find a trade kill here? He's going to try Cube. See how good the Jukes are. And indeed, he's going to be able to make his way back. Banger not able to find him. And yeah, Gorg, it's almost as if he's magnetic to this tower. He's got to sort of step back a bit. He's living in dangerous spots down here, Trent.
Oh yeah, Zip Zapper too though. He's okay. Yeah, so I think what happened is he assumed Cube was going for the bounty rune because he's like, yo, Tiny's like kind of low.
That's definitely
he's trying to go
yeah,
grab
yeah,
the bounty rune.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up, and but then of course they have this ward here as well. So Cube knew like, oh okay, he wants to step out. I'm gonna try and punish this. And the ward that they're covering their own bounty rune with is a little bit deep, so like he wouldn't know if he was at the rune until he was actually there. The stars were misaligned on that one for Gorg.
Ah, yeah, you're absolutely right. I bet that's what he was
10
thinking.
seconds remaining.
Oh, he's got to be careful each time as well. The Banger steps away. Gorg. He's going to get caught out again. It's getting pretty rough down here for him. It's not a fun lane to play into, and he's definitely feeling that. Owned me now on a killing spree with his Enigma, as it's just such a dangerous lane for him, Trent.
I mean, they have arcane boots now. Like, the punishment won't stop. And Jim Vincento, though, he has been working hard on this clockwork. Just a blue-collar support player up here. Every time I look, he's low HP. He's duking it with the two of them. Still 0-0-0. Oh, not again.
I mean, I don't know who wants to come down to this bottom lane on Team Bolt, but I don't think it's going to be Bangin or Gorg. This has just become a place of just...
Fountain.
He's waiting for the CP to come back, and we'll see where he heads. He's going back down there. I mean, I admire it, but it seems like it's a pretty deadly place to be.
Yeah, times are tough. And now he's actually sending out an Ob Sentry combo, I believe. He handed it over to Beg. He's like, we got to get some vision here, man. We got to figure this out.
I've already died a fair few times down here. They really can't afford to give up any more of their lives against this combo, but Cube won't be able to get the toss back, so Bangin will be able to stay safe this time round.
I mean, what? It feels like if they just Malefice Gork, he might just be dead, you know? It feels like that's how close it is.
It really is that scary for him down there, yeah, absolutely. They're gonna have backup. Pablo coming in to maybe see if they can punish Ivy. Cube. He's looking for the step up. We get the avalanche onto the three of them. That's the toss back on Gorg. Gorg, he's going to be surely going down again. See if they can at least punish here as they'll look towards Chuponomi, but the backup comes in from Mobai. Ivy, they'll bring in the numbers as well as Bengen to fall. Cube does finally die. Pablo at least able to make a trade in some sort of way and finally get Team Bowl to kill for themselves on the board. See if he can play his way out of this though. Mobite with the arcane rune. It's enough to set up for another vortex. Drag back onto Pablo. Malefice is back up. Pablo, he'll be going down as well. So Mobite gets the double kill. Ivy continuing to just rule this bottom lane. And yeah, the ward in the trees.
Yeah, I think no arcane rune, maybe he gets away, but it was just too much mana. Like, you just keep it rolling the whole time. Easy cleanup, and the worst part, he's not even left yet. Oh, Gork. Oh,
he's
no.
gone back.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
This ain't the place to be. This lane, it's just a lane of constant suffering here for Gorg. He goes down again. It's just not a pretty place to be. That's unfortunately for Gorg there. 5 deaths now. It's a rough start.
Now, sometimes this happens, though, right? Your carry is just feeding down bottom, but other parts of the game maybe are going better. All right, we got Weehaw. You know, he doesn't have any kills to his name because, well, he doesn't have anyone to bully like they're bullying Gork, but he's in the jungle. He's not going for the Spirit Vessel build. We heard the panel talking about this. This is very much the popular thing right now. We get the boots of travel into the Spirit Vessel all the time from these Keeper of the Lights, but there's a storm in this game. Obviously, Weehaw knows that he's going to have to get pretty active in this one as well, so he's going to try and rush that Orchid so that this doesn't happen.
See Gorg, see if he maybe help
level
out.
4. Run, Gorg.
I was going to say that storm is indeed double his level.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But he's making his way back to the bottom lane. You know, he's not to be deterred. He's going to come back and try his best to hold the tower there. See Bengen found in the jungle. Dominating now for Mobite. We'll see what sort of farm Gorg can pick up underneath the tier 1 hit. Some shrapnels to try and keep Pablo covered, and backup comes in from Weehaw. He'll TP over to the bottom tower now and look to help out with the play. As they'll go for Cube. Cube's got backup. Mobile's here. They've also,
oh my goodness.
of course, got the threat of the black hole, and it's not even needed. Mobile pretty much on his own there, able to burst through Pablo and Weeha. Gorg will turn his attention back to the creep wave, but they may very well look to dive him here. He's going to get out. He's going to get out.
I think I would have thrown down that black hole just for the swag, you know, to really put it into them, even though it was completely unnecessary. Yeah, if we were on land right now, the panel's running from the green room. That's what this game's feeling like. You know, we got to get back up the stage, guys.
So JM going on the mid, but Gorg's got plenty of backup here, so JM should be punished for jumping in with a hook shot. So a little bit of action there that Gorg's able to pick up with the help of the team around the mid lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There's an ancient Canadian proverb, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. We did invent that. And so, you know, that's what we're hoping for here, right?
I mean, comeback gold is a thing. If they get some of the big kills, a top lane PO65 will go down. They'll lose Zip Zapper in return.
Oh, mid though.
He's diving in Mobile, but Gorg is here to help out. Pop down a shrapnel and Mobile won't be able to continue to commit for his efforts to take down Weeha. So able to hold, you know, each other alive here around the mid lane team Bold.
You know, I think he actually got every single rune so far as well. Yeah, because he had the Arcane, then the DD, and he just had a regen on this Storm, which obviously is the dream, you know, all of the Spirit heroes, but especially Storm, extremely capable of using those runes.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic game so far, Mobile.
That comes back to like the lane bleed situation as well. Like when you're crushing the lane so hard, they need all these supports to rotate to the side lane, and so no one is able to come mid and try and contest the runes, and it's just freedom there.
Oh, nice angle from JM. So we get on top of Weeha. In with the battery assault, the global silence came out, but it was too late. And now Bang, he's found himself on the front lines. Mobile and Omi, they'll find him as well. Still with some mana to play. We'll see Mobile attempt to chase down Pablo. Zip Zapper is around. See if they can turn this, but the black hole's there onto the two of them. As Omi has the catch onto Zip Zapper and Pablo. Triple kill for Mobile.
Oh, look at Gorg, look at Gorg!
11 minutes, and Cube, he's there waiting for him. Gorg steps up to what he hoped to be the safety of his triangle, but Cube's there. He's just there every time, Cube.
He's just laughing on the camera there, waiting on that. Even Gork's having a giggle. He's like, oh, come on, man. You know, I'm just trying to go to my ancients. Leave me alone. Oh, 3-19 here. Oh, and it is. Yeah. It's not looking good, bud.
No, this is a rough start for Team Bold. I've had some tough games, but this is almost certainly the toughest start that they've been in.
My edge.
As the kills are going to continue to come in by the looks of it. They've got the trap onto Weeha.
Oh, he's hasted now.
He's indeed able to get the toss back, so they'll catch both of them there in the cogs. Two more dead on Team Bold.
Oh, you know, he wants it bad too. They're like, but where's Gork? You know? Ooh, and the pressure, they're just keeping it up right now. Looking to get some forward vision, really enclose in Team Bald. I mean, if you're Team Bald... Oh, by the way, there is a Chaos Knight in this game, in case you guys were wondering.
That's true, yeah, but he's living his life up here. He's just chilling PO65.
What a carry player this lad is. But, yeah, their one goal is to just try and get some farm onto Gork. And all they can really do is play their arenas at this point, and hope for the Orchid too. The Orchid would be a great way to potentially turn things around, especially with Mobe just getting into the Kaya next, so he's not grabbing some like defensive item right away. Doesn't really feel like he'll need it, because obviously he's very over-leveled and has a lot of ranged assistance and the help of the Clockwork, who can just come in and bail you out. But they're smoking up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
CJM watching from the side. To get the smoke, keeps them hidden. They're heading up towards the top tier 1 tower. Maybe if they feel they can't find a kill, they can set up for taking this tier 1 tower away from Ivy. Still full HP though. Not the best tower hitters in this lineup.
Radiant's courier has
We
been
will have the
killed.
first global here, but Onmi already on that with that early Lotus Orb, just saying, you know, that's one decent chance they have to punish my Storm. I'm going to try and make sure he's got some safety.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I don't want to melt that snowball of their 9-0 and 3 mid player.
top tower is under attack.
Ivy's coming in with a wraparound. JM leading the way. Smoke of their own, as they're more than happy to take this fight straight into Team Bold. They know the position that Team Bold's trying to hold.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Team Bald also in the know now. They take down that ward as to where they're playing from, so
Dire's middle
they're kind of in
tower
panic
is under
mode here as
attack.
Pablo's just looking to like maybe pop a smoke or just ensure that he's the first one that's gone on. They're just surrounding Gork.
Top tower is under attack.
Oh, losing the tier 2 bottom. Yeah, Team Bold. Big dagger done on Cube. We've seen how much he's been able to do already. So,
Dire's top
given
tower
that sort of
has
tool, and you can expect big plays to be coming out from the Tiny.
Radiant's bottom
That's
tower
that tower
is
gone
under
here.
attack.
Tier 2 tower down, 15 minutes in.
Has fallen.
Yeah, I mean, they traded that top tower for pressure mid, pressure bottom, and a blink dagger purchase on Cube because he was
Dire's
just
middle
farming
tower
waves.
is under
So
attack. Has been killed.
things have definitely not gotten easier at this point for Bald in terms of like taking the tower. I guess you could say that they get to move into this jungle and get a little bit of farm, but the fact that Cube is going to be able to jump in first just makes the life of Mobe so much easier, and so Storm's going to have a better time. And he has finished the full cornucopia now. He does have the illusion rune, so he's oh wait, sorry, he needs an invis. So he'll get an invis next hopefully, and he'll have used every power rune in this victory.
Yeah, he's been looking good doing it as well. 9-0-3, flawless play so far. I mean, of course, with the score as it is for multiple members, owned me 5-0-11 on his offlane Enigma.
Oh, wait, hold on, hold. I actually thought he was about to lose that rune, but the illusion scared away Pablo. Thank goodness. He continues to control every rune.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
No invis though, just a regen rune, which, you know, storms don't like that, do they? That would be crazy.
Finders, keepers.
Team Bold, they're definitely, you know, they've been able to calm things down a bit. Oh, Zip Zapper. Oh my goodness, that was close. Cute. Not quite catching a glimpse of him in the trees as he TPs away. Team Bold, they've managed to sort of slow down the bleeding.
We just make sure the Orchid works there on the trusty shovel creep.
Oh, he's having a bit of a giggle himself. He does indeed.
Zip Zapper not giggling here.
No. No, he's not. Oh, he's dead. He is very, very dead.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Gorg.
attack.
No, he's been spotted. No bite. He's got the drag back with the vortex in that loop. That should be enough here to
Radiant's
set up
courier has been
for the
killed.
kill. And now they can maybe look to wrap behind the tier 2 and look for more here. There's still a tier 1 and a tier 2 in this top lane, but Ivy don't care. They're straight in for kills. As Bangan cleaned up by PO65. Team Bold, the rest of their heroes, they just have to remain hidden. They cannot afford to show against how much jump Ivy has and how strong Ivy's heroes are at this stage of the game already.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, the level disparity is just brutal. Yeah, you got that clockwork Jim Vincento here. He's level 9. He's almost level 10, you know? He's about to be... I mean, he is higher XP than everyone but Weehaw on the side of Team Bald. They're moving out as their unit, though.
They really
Still
want
have
this
global.
Storm. I mean, Storm
Have
will
the
be a
Orchid.
huge kill. Mobile not going to play around or mess around at all there. Make sure he keeps a good distance, so no chance of getting caught by the Orchid.
Radiant's bottom tower is
All
under
right, here's the
attack.
play.
Radiant's
Kill the Storm
bottom
like
tower
4
is
times in a
under
row before this BKB. All right, you got Blink Arena, you got Global, you got Orchid. It can be done. Jim Vincento, that's free. That's a dead support play. This guy got way too greedy.
I mean, he got the ward down, right? Is that what he was going for? Or is that already there? He was playing very, very deep. And in space, I guess. You know, creating room for the rest of his team to start beating into the Tier 3 tower. And 19 minutes in, this Tier 3 tower on the verge of being taken out. We'll see if Cube's able to find any sort of jump in. Won't go for it now, though, as Team Bold do show their numbers, but still heavy amounts of damage being done by this push they've got going on bottom lane.
Yeah, I think he just assumed they were all up top, farming through the jungle, so he just had to cut the waves, and he's just rutted.
So if Mobai senses him, he'll be able to take him out solo.
This is it. They're smoked up. Storm's
bit of
under
a
a
bait.
ward. They're going for him. Yeah, they're going to send out Gork. So like, Gork, bring over the Storm Spirit.
At last.
Oh no, Gorg's out of there actually. He's just going to TP straight back to the base, so he won't be a part of this move. In the mid, Weeheart has been jumped hit by Cube. JM, hook shots across, but Weeheart actually able to step away, so he'll survive. Now maybe they can look for a bit of a turn. Weeheart will still get finished off as PO65 wraps round for the back of the fight, and he's in with the BKB. Now he turns over towards Zip Zapper. He's also going to be able to bring back Pablo into the stuns. We'll see Gorg getting dove at the same time, up on the high ground. Mobile and Owens be able to find him. PO65 drag back Spengen. It looks to be 4 heroes dead on Team Bold. Zip Zapper, the only one able to get away, and even he didn't, nearly didn't there as the toss brought him down low. He'll be able to live. Obviously, on the plus side for Team Bold, because how early it is and low level they are, they will be up pretty soon. You know, they're not dead for too long. Maybe long enough for a Rams to go away, though.
Radiant's middle
Yeah, we'll be right back,
tower
guys. Don't worry about depth. Listen, we have a fountain right here. They're found so far away.
There we go. Everybody's up on Team Bold. Smoke straight away. They've got global silence. They've got to make something happen.
Radiant's
Bottom lane, they've lost the range racks.
Haste.
Ivy, they're just not letting them get any sort of catch. They're playing it very smart. 28-5. It's been a very clean game so far from Ivy. They really want this storm here, Team
Oh,
Bold.
but look, the BKB.
And they'll get the catch on to Ownme at the side. They'll settle for the Enigma. Will they be able to burst through him, though? He's able to put the Greaves. He's not going to be able to stand his ground with the Black Hole as Gorg's doing the damage, but not enough. He's still alive. In fact, he's going to walk this off. Ownme's going to live. Gorg goes down. Mobile's in with the BKB, jump Zip Zapper, and they'll tap out. They've had enough. They couldn't quite even kill the Enigma there. Ownme able to walk away from their efforts. 31-5, 21 minutes in. This was a rough start to the series here for Team Bold, Trent.
Yeah, it certainly was. That was a complete off-lane domination into just the walk down, you know? Storm just joins in, and the multiple non-stop kills on Gork, really. It just put this giant magnet in that bottom lane. Everyone was drawn to it. You know, maybe it was the black hole from the Enigma. I'm not sure what it was, but we ended up just playing down there the whole time and just crushing it to the point where Team Bold are forced to interact with them. Ivy are just seeing these free kills.